Well, hello there and happy new year to you all. If this is the first time I've seen you after the new year, have a wonderful 2021 wherever you are, and thank you once again for popping over just to see what I made for the family meals for the previous week. If this is your first time here, my name is Cheryl. This is What's for Tea. We call our dinners tea in this country, or in my family you might call it dinner, but whatever you call it, it's just the main meal of the day. I love watching these videos on YouTube, and that's why I started to make them, and they are some of my most popular videos because I think most of us are quite nosy, aren't we? I always start off on Monday all the way through till today, which is Sunday, and I've usually got a selection of your comments at the end of the video, which will be making a return this year. So yeah, I know a lot of you like the comments, so I will be bringing them back as of next week. So let's go and see what we had this week, starting on Monday all the way through till today, which is Sunday. So starting off on Monday, and we just had simple bangers and mash. One of our favourites, this is such a simple, easy dinner, but it's a big favourite in our house, and I think a big favourite with a lot of folk. And we just had our bangers. These are pork links from the butcher with some mashed potato and baked beans. And moving on to Tuesday, it was just me and Mr. What's for Tea that were here, and you'll have seen these things in my Sainsbury's shopping haul. So that's some crispy potato slices, and that's a cod fillet in tempura batter with some mushy peas and a lemon wedge with a wee sprinkling of parsley. Now, I didn't fancy the mushy peas, so I had a wee bit of lettuce with mine. I love salad with fish, warm fish. I think it just goes really well. A wee bit of mayonnaise on top and some lemon for me as well. And of course, the parsley. I've got some parsley I needed to use up, and it's gone in everything. Moving on to Wednesday, and with mince round. Now, this is basically a minced beef pie and puff pastry, but in this country we just call it a mince round. I have got a recipe for this, which I'll leave underneath if you want to go and watch the video. I made some mashed potato with some corned beef that I had to use up, some balls of doom and some mixed veggies, and that's the pie there. Moving on to New Year's Eve. Now, we just wanted a kind of lighter tea because we're having nibbles and things later on as it get closer to New Year. So I made a very simple, cheesy vegetable bake, and Mr. What's for Tea had a couple of Linda McCartney sausages that needed using up, but the rest of us just had the vegetable bake, and that's it there, just out of the oven. So I had our tea about 4 o'clock, and I got the nibbles and things out about 10:30 at night, and this is what we had here. Very simple, nothing fancy, just some cheese and crackers, and I put out some crisps and olives and all that kind of thing. This was actually a round cheesecake that I had that I cut up into squares, because when it came, it was a round cheesecake, and I'd ordered the wee cheesecake squares which were out of stock, so somebody in the comments had said, why don't you just cut it up yourself? And that's what I'd done. And that's some Pringles, some lentil chips and some kettle crisps. And then a wee simple cheese board. We've got some cheddar on there, red Leicester, Wensleydale with cranberries, there's brie there, and obviously the Stilton. And there's some tomato, so not tomato, yes, vine ripened tomatoes, some chutney, some butter, and that's an assortment of biscuits for cheese or crackers, some olives and feta and olive oil and herbs, the obligatory peanuts, and then some Christmas cake slices, some mini mince pies, and some mini Bakewell tarts. So yeah, that's seen us through the new year. And then on New Year's Day, it's the law in this country. Everyone in Scotland, well, unless you're vegan or vegetarian, of course, has a steak and sausage pie, usually from the local butcher, and we are no different. And we had some herby potatoes with some butter and parsley, some broccoli, and some buttery swede. On to Saturday, and you'll have seen this one already if you watched the video, but again, I'll link the video underneath if you want to go and watch it. This was the chicken Alfredo pasta that I'd done in the slow cooker with some garlic ciabatta bread at the side, and more of that parsley that I'm desperately trying to get rid of. This was absolutely delicious, but like I said, any recipes that I've done a video on will be underneath for you to go and watch. Moving on to today, and with roast beef. So this was just some brisket that was roasted in the oven. This one was quite fatty, but absolutely delicious. And broccoli and carrots. We love broccoli, and we have it quite often, as you'll have noticed. Some roast potatoes, again, I have done a video on these, which I'll link underneath, and some simple gravy on the top, and that was absolutely delicious. We don't often have, you know, a roast dinner on a Sunday, and I know a lot of folk do, but we tend to eat quite a lot of meat during the week, so it's not as much of a treat, you know, but we did this time and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Absolutely wonderful. Just before I move on, I wanted to say, as usual, a massive thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page, and also to the channel members here on YouTube. It's very much appreciated, guys, as you know, and I really should be spending more time over in Patreon, but you know, I just don't seem to have the time these days. I don't know where the time is going. It just disappears, and it feels as though, you know, we're in lockdown, or some of us have been in furlough, but I seem to have less time now that I've got more time, if that makes any sense. But thank you all very much for subscribing and commenting and sharing my videos, because I know that some of you do, and I do notice, I don't know who does it, but I do notice, because the views go up quite significantly, so thank you very much for that. And I will see you during the week with another wee recipe, shopping haul, maybe an unboxing, so hopefully I'll see you back for one or all of them. But whenever you choose to join me again, mind to have a brilliant rest of your day and rest of your week, and I'll catch you back here off us soon, back on What's for Tea. Bye for now and take care.